So, do I want to start the next one? I was kind of originally hoping to end this on a final note, but I guess we could maybe jump in with another here, at least start it off and see how it goes. Do I go back to Djinni? Now we've given ourselves a bit of time. We've given ourselves a bit of confidence with our recent successes. You know, merfolk aside, rip Sheldon. But otherwise, feeling pretty good. So maybe I do go back to Djinni. It's been a bit since we used them as a nice bit of a palate cleanse here. So let's jump in, shall we? And I'll go with Fire Elementalist. We'll go as straightforward gets. And I will be Balthazar. Perfect. Let's try that one on for size, shall we? Ooh, and you know, you can tell I wasn't expecting to get to this stage today, because, I was about to say I did not actively open up my morgue file. Turns out it was just already open. Wow, would you look at that? Sometimes my brain knows better than, my subconscious brain, I guess, should say, because my conscious brain, pretty much an idiot most of the time. But let's drop the morgue file here, and we'll grab the seat here, just in case any of you lovely folks want to play along at home, join in and see how you fare in the same dungeon. So let's grab that. Blaze the Czar, too cheesy. Oh, there's no such thing in my books. I love it. Well, almost hoping now that we do go down in a very quick blaze of glory, and then we can immediately just jump in with a nice replacement there. Also, Faded Altar. Oof. Ash, Okawaru, or Uskaya. 2 out of 3 we haven't won with yet. But if I get Uskaya, then I have to potentially leave a god for the first time ever? I think ever. I don't think I've ever intentionally left a god. At least one with penance, I should say, because occasionally the good gods, they don't mind. They're chill. They're cool with it. And I've also definitely accidentally entered some pretty extreme penance, but you know, that was not my fault. So no, I think what it all boils down to, after all that, is we will leave the Faded Altar to its own devices for the time being. Hopefully I don't get taken out running away here. It's not looking great. Okay, you hit for up to 3 damage. Holy moly. By which I of course meant perfect. Purely calculated, of course, and all according to the master plan here. Fantastic stuff. And let's definitely find a slightly better spot for our flames to live on in. I guess perpetuity is not even close to accurate, seeing as how they burn bright fast and are gone before you know it, but continue on until perpetuity just sounds nice, you know? My brain likes to finish sentences. It's same with, like, I have a big problem with word association, much to my own detriment. I'll associate words that I really do not want to whatsoever, and there's nothing, I can't turn it off. Whether it be the dumbest puns you've ever heard, or things that I would never repeat out loud, my brain cannot shut itself up, as much as I try. But hey, I guess my incessant rambling is part of the whole brand here at the end of the day. Okie dokie, as expected, the first level of the dungeon, no real issues whatsoever, definitely not even the Jackal Pack, of course. And so with that, we should be pretty much ready to head down into the depths here. You son of a gun. There we go, beautiful. Probably should pick up a weapon, or should have already picked up a weapon, really. But that's fine. Its time will come. We'll eventually find something to to satisfy ourselves. And you know, I kind of forgot how Djinni worked for a little bit there. I don't have to learn spells. What am I thinking? But there we go. Burn, baby, burn. Ooh, I would like a helmet, though. Again, I can tell how Baldur's Gate 3-pilled I am just because my first thought was, do I have proficiency? Am I going to be able to cast spells in this helmet? But that's not how this game works, silly Torinski. Oh me, oh my. Okie dokie. I feel like we're not going to have too much interesting of note happen over the first little while here. In fact, I almost hope not, seeing as how if we're already struggling in the first few floors of the dungeon on a Djinni character, then no shot do we have much hope for our future. But again, shouldn't really be too much of a problem. Foxfire is just absurdly powerful in the early game, and we largely just spam the ever-living crap out of it. And that should solve most of our problems. When in doubt, smother it with fire and flames. And just live on as a happy camper. And you will be a happy camper, because flames usually means some pretty good s'mores are on the menu as well. But okay, we currently got Freeze and Wereblood, neither of which excites me very much, not what I'm usually looking for on a Djinn, but that's fine. The first few levels don't really matter. We'll be largely resorting to the fire magic that we started out the entire game with, so that should be not too shabby at the end of the day here whatsoever. And ooh, an altar to Vehemet. I think we'll hold off for now, even though it's very tempting. We have the flight needed to get to the altar and everything. Almost no excuse not to take it. Besides the slightest concern that I already won Vehemet without remembering. I know we had a good Vehemet run, but I'm pretty sure it ended horribly in embarrassing fashion, as most runs do. At least in that time period, that like month or so where I just could not get a character to stick no matter what. But hey. We'll see how it goes. Now we've got the confidence of a few wins under our belt. And sure, it was Gozeg and Bio, two of the most free wins one could possibly find, but hey, free wins still count as wins, so I am happy enough with that. And let's actually step into the corner here so that we guaranteed ourselves a bit of a path for our Foxfire to take. Beautiful. And with that, we should be back to our regularly scheduled programming here. Yeah, doing a bit of Scorch. Takes care of you in no time. Beautiful. We're getting all of the accessories here, it seems like. Hat, gloves, coat, all of the best stuff at our disposal. I was about to say all we need is a pair of boots, but don't need those. The beauty of having a wispy tail from an ethereal realm of sorts. Absolutely love to see it. And not too shabby. About at the time where we can start switching a little more predominantly into Scorch, just because it will take care of enemies a little bit quicker, and we can most likely afford it in the majority of circumstances here. Not too concerned at the end of the day. Okay, net is actually a cause for concern, but that's fine. Ooh, as we learned Blink. Very interesting. I mean, I'm very happy with that. As long as we get something non-utility in the future, then having Blink early on is a pretty huge lifesaver and could definitely be the be-all end-all. Yeah, I'm gonna kill myself with my concussive blast. Perfect. Just like I said, no problems whatsoever. Oh, Balthazar. How quickly things start to crumble. I guess that's the downside to the strength of Fire Elementalist Djinni, is I definitely start just blasting through by the seat of my pants without a care in the world. Probably should, you know, care just a smidge, just a little bit. Here we go. Let's how are we spelling this? Seth Blazthazar. Let's do it. I like it. Did I get a D1 Orb of Mayhem? I did. Yeah. Didn't end up taking advantage of it whatsoever, but bet your bottom dollar that we did in fact get one at least. So beautiful. Let's get all of our skills sorted here. Oh, new seed. Well, the one on the screen should still be the D1 Orb of Mayhem. So if you want to jot it down, you have a couple minutes while I get everything ready here. Speaking of which, we'll also drop the new morgue, and I'll run off and grab that. And we'll throw this bad boy in. I mean, what I can do is I'll post the seed. That's the old seed in chat if anyone was really happy to see that Orb of Mayhem, but otherwise, new seed on screen for anyone else who enjoys playing along here. And okie dokie. Let's see if my rush to get something started at the end of the stream here today will get another Djinni killed, or maybe, just maybe, we've unlocked the secrets of the ooze here and figured it all out, and we'll get all the best spells, sunshine and rainbows as far as the eye can see. Nothing bad has ever happened in Zot's realm, right? At least that's the plan for once we're done here. Nothing bad will ever happen again. And we'll see how it goes. We get Sting right away. Probably won't end up using it, though maybe against like a poison vulnerable enemy that we find early on. An early-ish boulder beetle could end up finding that to be a useful bit of kit. But we'll have to see what the dungeon throws our way moving forward here. And not too shabby here at the end of the day. Could pick up leather armor right away, I guess. Usually, I find myself switching to that pretty dang early on a Djinni. Or not even on a Djinni, I should say on a Fire Elementalist, because having just Foxfire and, oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Scorch, that's the one. Just Foxfire and Scorch is usually a strong enough combination to solve all my problems. There we go, finally get our first enchanted weapon that we can throw on as a bit of a, I guess a backup option, a placeholder more than anything. I was trying to think of the best word that insinuates just how pointless and useless it will hopefully end up being. If we find ourselves relying on our melee weapon in the first few floors of the dungeon, then we are not in the best spot. Ah, an Orb of Energy on D2. It's apparently a day for energy orbs. Regardless, unfortunately, Orb of Energy not gonna have any effect whatsoever on our Djinni self here, so we'll just leave that bad boy alone for the time being. Ooh, but a Faded Altar once again here. Is Che, Jivya, or Wujian? I mean, just on the off chance to get Jivya on D3, I almost got her, right? And I feel like normally our palette cleanser is a Djinni of Macleb, but let's maybe make things a little more interesting this time around, shall we? Aw, we get Che. Not my favorite, specifically, not Che, sorry. Che is one of my favorites, but the combination itself is what I take issue with. Normally when I play Che Briados, I enjoy kind of fully embracing the thematic nature of it, and so I like playing Che on a slow character. But hey, I guess it is what it is, and so we'll see how things fare, how we do, and maybe, just maybe, we'll we'll get the win anyway, and we can always play Che in the future for funsies if we really wish to. At the very least, what I'm hoping for here is that we'll have a very offensively themed spell list that we get naturally through our innate Djinni-ness, just because Che Briedos actually offers quite a bit of survival utility, so I don't think that's something we really need to worry too much about having available to us. And so with that in mind, I would like to instead get all firepower on our side, mix that in a nice cohesive blend with Che's utility, and maybe, just maybe, have the dream Djinni run here if we can. Son of a gun. I should have known that Natasha was going to wake up there. Holy crap. Okay. Just going to have to murder you, Natasha. Oh no. Immediately run into you again. Okay. Well, my refusal to murder the cat might just in fact spell our doom here. Let's see. Volatile blast motes deal 2d13 damage. So chances are I blow myself up, eh? How much health do you have, Natasha? Step into it, coward. Oh gosh, that did not kill you. Oh, and then I failed to cast it next. Oh, that's fantastic. So cool and nifty. And oh gosh, we're gonna die again. Oh, do you want this? Valu Kiho sounds nice. Oh, enchant armor. Well, that's great. It's a great way to spend our final moments before our unfortunate demise. Rough stuff. Well, turns out my overconfidence, my hubris, if you will, definitely lending itself towards a very unfortunate start to our Djinni attempts here. Do I give it another one? I guess the other palette cleanser we were going for were Demon Spawn of Zom to go almost pure random strats. Though whether Demon Spawn mutations really play into the randomness, seeing as how unfortunately, or fortunately, Zom cannot touch those. Do I wish to go Demon Spawn or one more Djinni? I'm tempted to go one more Djinni. At least get to the point in the game where, you know, there is a point of our Djinn nature there. But let's do it, and we'll be Raphael this time. One more time, shall we? Your version of the Fate Altar gave you Nem, Quaz, and Luganu. Okay, that was something I was always wondering about, is if the altars were dependent on seed, because I know there are a few different things, a few different mechanics scattered around that do behave slightly differently, even when playing a seeded run. Interesting. Possibly you entered the seed wrong too. Oh yeah, for sure, but I wouldn't be too surprised, because I do know that there are some of those little things. You're wondering about spells? Yeah, I think that is one that is different. Again, let me know. I don't know, if you're still in the initial seed, then you should have gone, what was it, Freeze and Wereblood? But I don't know, you might have moved on to the next already here. Not sure how your attempts went. I hope better than mine. But again, it's the dungeon is a fickle place. Oh, geez Louise. Let's try that again. There we go. Replace the seed. Fantastic. Third time's the charm. New name. Who dis? And let's do this, shall we? First got Freeze. Second got Sting first. Oh, so those are the same. Interesting. I always thought that the Djinni spells... Djinn to Djinni, neither of which was correct. The Djinni spells, or the Djinn spells, I didn't realize were seed-based. Interesting. That makes Djinni, a very interesting prospect for fun runs, because you could just find a seed that you really, really love the spell combo on and have all of the time with it. Interesting. Luganu, Dithmenos, and Ellie. I'm probably gonna say nay to those, so we'll just leave it alone for now. And same with Demon Spawn mutations. Wait, really? Demon Spawn mutations as well? That's a huge game changer, because you can spend what sometimes feels like an eternity trying to re-roll Demon Spawn mutations, specifically when you're trying to aim for the, like, Mega Ziggurat ones. Huh. That's really interesting. You know, at least when you're just kind of playing for fun and you just want to try it, it's a good opportunity to not have to burn too much time and instead make it a bit more of a collective effort. I like that. Holy moly. Well, anyone that wasn't a Djinni was probably dead coming down that stairwell. Double adder is definitely not what you want to see coming onto a new floor. As I burn through most of my health on my end, probably there, just with the sheer amount of spell casting, but boy, howdy does it do some wonders. Fantastic stuff. And holy moly, this entire D2 apparently has just become an adder's paradise, or I guess more accurate to say it used to be an adder's paradise, and it just continues. My oh my. But used to be before the rampaging of formerly known as Raphael, soon to be St. Patrick, for having chased the snakes out of Zot's dungeon. Though I'm pretty sure that entire story is actually an allegory for some horrible, not necessarily xenophobic, but faith war, I think, right? The driving the snakes out of Ireland thing is a metaphor for, like, driving... Was it done by the Catholics or to the Catholics? I don't know, but regardless, I guess I should probably just stop talking about things I know nothing about and instead talk about something I know very little about, which is DCSS and playing well. Fantastic. Oh, I guess let's not start slamming our fists into the local reptile population here. And not too shabby. We got pass wall, right? We got apportation and pass wall. So, okay, this time we're going heavy utility, which we'll see how that all shakes out. As long as I get a nice mix and at some point I get some firepower, I don't mind whatsoever. In fact, it's probably in our best interests to have a certain level of utility spells being added into our overall repertoire here. And again, don't know why I'm walking towards people. Ooh. But that is a beautiful trident, a speed trident with poison resistance, fire resistance, and int +6. I guess poison resistance, unnecessary on a Djinni. Fire resistance, mostly unnecessary, but still nice. And int +6 plus